I'm Jake Williams, State Scoop and EdScoop's VP for Content and Community, and we're here with CyberWeek, talking to Anuj Mehrotra, Dean of the George Washington University School of Business. Dean Mehrotra, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Jake, for having me. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
So Dean Mehrotra, when you look at a topic like cybersecurity, right? That's what we're talking about here at CyberWeek. From your perspective as the Dean of the George Washington University School of Business, what's top of mind for you? What are you thinking about in this space?
Well, Jake, cybersecurity is not just on top of my mind, but is on top of mind for every CEO and business leader that I'm talking to. It has wide-ranging implications for the security and privacy of not just our personal lives, but our institutions, our government, and our national security. So we are really enormously dependent on cyber for virtually everything we do. And our students, in my view, therefore, must not only be aware of these implications, but also must be ready to lead organizations with cybersecurity as top of mind, on top of their mind. And from my perspective, Jake, teaching our students to understand and mitigate cybersecurity risks are among the important areas of learning a business school such as ours can offer. And we are perfectly suited to do so. So as an example, we are really proud to be a center of excellence for the Department of Homeland Security, distinction that provides the framework for our MBA in security transition technology. Our faculty bring an interdisciplinary lens of both business and policy to the content they share in the classroom, because they also understand that cybersecurity is and will remain an imperative for organizations, both public and private.
And so I know that you have some upcoming activities as well in the cybersecurity space, and tell me a little bit about some of those and maybe what your goals are for those and what you want some of the outcomes to be for those.
So, we have talked about it a little bit. We are organizing a business and policy forum with the idea of really addressing attacking cybersecurity risks. And our goal there is to convene industry leaders and policymakers to have a discussion around attacking cybersecurity risks. This forum, which is actually scheduled to be on April 25th, 2023 on our campus at GW, will convene some of the most influential and impactful industry and government officials to exchange their perspectives. The discussions and the resulting white papers, in our hope, will identify important and urgent issues in the areas of cybersecurity and will further the research and development for our students and our faculty. Now, this industry forum will actually also inform, which we have not talked about before, which also inform the academic symposium, which is being planned following the business and policy forum, with participation from some of the most influential academics and researchers from around the world in this important area. And it will actually be preceded by several build-up fireside chats in our series called George Talks Business, which I know you're familiar with now with industry and government leaders. So this will set the stage and focus for the forum even more. And we expect that this forum will identify specific areas where industry, academics, and policymakers can all work together to have a meaningful impact on in one of the most pressing matters, I think, facing our humanity.
Yeah, absolutely. And super excited for that and excited to hear more as the agenda for that and the programming for that all takes shape. So sort of pulling back here and looking a little bit more broadly, I mean, you've touched on why cybersecurity is important. You've touched on why it's a big focus for you at the School of Business. But what is the role of an academic institution like GW on issues around cybersecurity, things like supply chain or workforce, or any of these things that sort of come through that lens of some of the greater cyber challenges that we're seeing?
Yeah, so I mean that's an important question, and I think as I look at GW I feel has a huge role and a significant amount of expertise actually to contribute from the lens of cybersecurity. For example, if you look at the research on supply chain disruptions conducted by our faculty in the School of Business and Department of Decision Sciences, or you look at understanding cybersecurity risks through a very multinational lens through the work of our Department of International Business, or you look at strategies to build and develop the cybersecurity workforce. I know something that's important from your perspective as well, through cybersecurity program and the academy at our College of Professional Studies at GW, or the technical dialogue promoted through our Cybersecurity and Privacy Research Institute at the School of Engineering and Applied Science. And then, of course, there's this cybersecurity law initiative at our law school, So we are very well situated to address this important area with expertise really distributed across the university. And to me, a forum such as the one we have planned will bring these different perspectives together to have a sharper interdisciplinary focus, resulting in a better understanding of the issues and a more synergistic approach to prepare our students and academic programs to support the cybersecurity workforce, which I think will remain in very heavy demand in the coming years.
I like that you talk about all those different perspectives, as well as, of course, the fact that it's going to be very in demand for the coming years, because I think just as many perspectives as there are when it comes to cybersecurity are just as many applications of some of the concepts and ideas that we talk about in cybersecurity going forward into the future. And so I guess I'll sort of wrap up with you with the question of, when you're looking forward, when you're charting strategic planning for the School of Business going forward and thinking about the future, how are you hoping to continue to tackle cybersecurity from the School of Business?
A great question. So really what I'm hoping is that all our students have an appreciation not only of the technical aspects, the software and the hardware necessary for strong cybersecurity infrastructure, but really also an understanding of how to adapt the technology to make an impact and have the ability to lead organizations to do the same. So we also want them to have an appreciation of perspectives and ideas, not just from the policy leaders, but also from the industry. Because it is, I think, this multi-dimensional thinking is how we are going to be best prepared to attack, respond, and reduce cybersecurity risks. So this challenge must not only be limited to our faculty and students in engineering or computer science or information systems and technology management department. It really has to be a priority across all disciplines, including our curriculum in the School of Business. And of course, there are all these growing implications of another important area, artificial intelligence and quantum computing, on how they will relate to cybersecurity. So I'm most interested in cutting edge focused research from our faculty and PhD students, and ensuring our students are prepared to have the knowledge that will enable them to be leaders in their respective industries, which one could argue is all cyber for the foreseeable future. So it's a whole big set of things that I think is my hope as an academic institution.
Yeah, we'll look forward to hearing more from GW on cyber in the coming months and years. Dean, thanks for being with us. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Jake. Enjoyed talking to you.
And stay tuned for more from CyberWeek.